She called it wrong. She's called it wrong now for about 8 years. But she said one thing that got me. She said Kamala has one big advantage. She's a very beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman. So I decided to go back and reread the clause. I'm not saying he's, but I say that I am much better looking than her. I think I'm much better. Much better. I'm a better looking person than Kamala. No, I couldn't believe it. She said, you know, I had never heard that one. They said, no, her biggest advantage is that she's a beautiful woman. I'm going, huh. I never thought of that. I'm better looking than she is.
Never ever underestimate Trump's ability to be petty. Trump has the ability to reach newly discovered levels of pettiness whenever he wants. And don't get me wrong, politics within itself is petty, right? Politics always get petty. But most politicians, they have advisors. They have speech writers. They have campaign managers. They have assistants that all sit together and brainstorm, and they come up with these slick little lines and corny jokes. Donald Trump, he does this by himself. Put him out there in a rally, let him go off script, let him go off the teleprompter, and very quickly his rallies turn into straight up roast sessions. And that's one of the reasons why people like Donald Trump, because in a different life, this guy would be a comedian. He has perfect comedic timing, and the way he says things in a way that really hit home, and I imagine they sink, they really strike really deep, within the people who he's talking about, which is one of the reasons why Rosie O'Donnell really hates this guy to this day. When Trump roasts you, it means something. It matters because Trump is most likely being truthful, saying the quiet part out loud. Now, people roast Trump all the time. Sometimes it's lies and sometimes it's the truth. But Trump, whenever he roasts someone, he digs deep. His roast, they dig deep within the souls of these people. And I just know that Kamala Harris is somewhere right now just outraged by all of this, probably cackling with laughter because she doesn't even know how to react to things in a different manner. All she knows how to do is nervously laugh. But if you thought it was over there, it wasn't. Trump has more to say. Let's take a listen.
I mean, Time Magazine, think of this. Time Magazine doesn't have a picture of her. They have this unbelievable artist drawing her. And I said, is that Sophia Loren? I couldn't. Who might that be? Is that Elizabeth Taylor? They say she was a beautiful woman. Who is it? It's so beautiful. Drawing. It's a drawing. They took a lot of pictures. It didn't work out, so they hired a sketch artist. I said, I'm sure, they must be celebrating the great life and times of the magnificently beautiful Sophia Loren.
Like I said, folks, petty level over 9,000. Those of you all who ever watched Dragon Ball Z, you get that reference. But he's talking about this cover of this magazine here that you're looking at right now. And as you can see, they used a sketch of Kamala Harris, which is really weird. Why not just use a picture? Now, even though what Trump said was funny, it's not the whole truth. The whole truth is actually much worse. They didn't not use a photo of Kamala Harris because she's ugly or because of her looks. The reason why they didn't use a photo of Kamala Harris is because Kamala Harris is hiding. Not only will she not do interviews, she won't go and do photo shoots for these magazine covers or any form of, she won't talk to or interact with any form of media. So most presidents or most presidential candidates, they'll sit down and do interviews with these magazines. They'll do photo shoots. They'll usually be doing the rounds in the media, doing interviews. Kamala Harris isn't doing any of that. So it's so bad that these magazines who are pushing propaganda, trying their hardest to get Kamala elected, she won't talk to any of them. So they're having to resort to using sketches and like cartoon versions of Kamala Harris. That's how bad this situation is, folks. It's really embarrassing when you think about it. Now, your average person won't realize this because they're not paying attention. But if you're paying attention, you will notice little things like this that just show you how desperate the Kamala Harris campaign is to keep her away from all forms of media. She can't answer a single question. She can't even sit down for a photo shoot. Meanwhile, we want y'all to put her photo on the cover of this magazine because we need y'all to influence the public to vote for her, right? But we're not going to come in for an interview or a photo shoot. Just like CNN, MSNBC, all of these news stations, they're trying so hard to get Kamala elected, but Kamala will not come in and talk to them at all. And I don't know how long that's going to work out. I think eventually some members of the media might get a sour taste in their mouth about this, and maybe they'll say something. And I know that's just hoping for a lot because these people are brainwashed and they're all just propagandists. But I'm hoping that someone will get fed up and say something. But for now, I want you all to say something down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.